There we go. Okay, so reach out to your friends and family. Ask them for their support. Hey, I just started this amazing adventure and I would really love your support in being a product tester for me. We have over 40 products that are natural and that I think could really help you out. If you know them well enough, then you would say, like, I know you have high blood pressure, so the chews or, or energy drinks. If, like, my husband's a coffee guy, so he used to drink Monsters all the time. So I told him one of the first things when I started this business is no more. Like, those Monsters are so bad for you. Our energy drinks are made of natural stuff, and this is what you're going to drink, like, end of story. So that's one of those things. You can reach out to those friends and family and you can say, hey, I would really appreciate your support to be one of my product testers. So one of the biggest reservations I hear when somebody's first starting is people want to see your personal results and they want to know your experience with the product. And this is what I'll tell them. I just started this business. We have over 30 products. So there's no way I'm going to be able to get my hands on all 30 plus of those products within a reasonable time frame. That's why I'm reaching out and asking for product testers, because I'm going to try the wraps, or I'm going to try the greens, or I'm going to try this. But I would really love your help to get you on my personal portfolio so that I can build my business. So that right there is really key. Just because you just started doesn't mean you have to have experience with all of the products right away. That's why we ask for product testers. That's why we do that 90-day challenge and things like that, so that you can build that personal portfolio. Because when you have your close friends and family that will let you share their results or let you share their testimony, it's going to help your business so much, okay? So the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the importance of getting your first four loyal customers in your first 30 days. So first of all, you want to get those 4 loyal customers so that you get that $120 in free product credit. Because what that $120 in free product credit is going to do is it's going to allow you to get products in your hands, to use them and have personal experience with them. So those people that are like, I want to know what you have to say, I want to see your personal results, or this or that, la da da. You have those products in your hand. You can tell them how the wrap feels. You can tell them what the greens make you feel, the skincare, anything else like that. So you have that firsthand experience. You want to get that personal product credit because it is so important. And it's like Christmas, honestly. Like, when I got my first 4 loyal customers, I was like, ooh, I'm going on a little bit of a shopping spree. It's super fun. And it's rewarding. The next thing is that getting those first 4 loyal customers is what's going to make you qualified to get that Ruby bonus. So in order to get a Ruby bonus, when you sign up, you are eligible. A lot of you, if you're within your first 30 days, you're eligible to earn that $1,000 Ruby bonus. But you have to have 4 active loyal customers. So you need to get those 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days so that you can be eligible to earn that Ruby bonus, okay? The next thing is Fast Start Qualified. Does everybody here understand what being Fast Start Qualified means? Just like a little head nod or something? No? Okay. So Fast Start Qualified is when you are commission qualified. So that means you either have your 80 BV auto shipment set up, or you have 150 PPV, which stands for personal bonus volume, from your loyal customers, and you get your first 2 loyal customers. So basically, the really awesome thing about being Fast Start Qualified is, say I enrolled, for example, Jen is on the call, Jennifer Felter. She was one of my very first distributors, and I love her. She's one of my best friends. She's probably in the car driving right now. She was one of my very first distributors. So when she became Fast Start Qualified, meaning she got her first 2 loyal customers, I got a $100 bonus. Now, as the distributor, you're thinking, why does that help me? Like, if I could become Fast Start Qualified, somebody else is getting a $100 bonus off of me. So how does that help me? Well, if you never become Fast Start Qualified, then you're not going to get those bonuses. So that's what's really important, because when you start building your team, those fast start bonuses are going to change your world. When I charted for Ruby, I got 5 fast start bonuses. That was $500. That was more than what my commissions checks were, okay? So just getting those 5 fast start bonuses was amazing, and it was life-changing for us, okay? Because if you guys don't know, when I signed up, we could barely even afford diapers for my kids. So being fast start qualified is so important, because you don't ever want to miss out on those bonuses, because they're going to change your life, okay? So does that make sense what being fast start qualified is? Okay, good. Lots of head nods. I like it. Okay. So for a second, I want to explain to you the difference between the different terms. So bonus volume. Bonus volume is what you get whenever you run your auto shipment. I'm going to get into the auto shipment a little bit more here in a second. PBV stands for personal bonus volume. That is what you're going to get from any separate orders that you make besides your auto shipment, as well as any orders that your loyal customer makes, okay? When you're looking at your chart, which that's another thing I kind of want to touch on, I don't care if you just started and you have 0 distributors underneath you, or you have 1 distributor underneath you, you need to print out your Ruby chart. And you need to have it handy so that you know what your goal is. So that when you do sign a distributor and you do sign a loyal customer, you know exactly where you're going to put them. You have your plan handy. So if you're not charting, you're not winning. I had a girl on my team, I'm not going to mention any names, who hasn't been actively charting. And she came over the other day and we worked on her chart together, and she realized how close to diamond she actually was, and she was in tears because she had no idea she was that close. You should always know where you're at in your business, okay? If you don't know where you're at, then you don't know where you're going. That's a really big thing I want to talk about, charting. And that's one of those things that charting is a very learned thing. You kind of learn as you go. We're obviously here to help you with that, but I don't want to get too far into that right now. So fast start qualified and bonus qualified. We talked about that. I think everybody gets it. The bonus volume points, the BV, the PPV, and the GV, I promise, once you get it, you get it. It's kind of confusing at first, but you'll get it, I promise. So the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the importance of your auto shipment. So I know you guys saw this on the team page today, and I had this on my list before we talked about it today. Kirsten and I kind of had a great minds think alike kind of a day, because I went through my reports and I noticed there were so many people that were not running their auto ship. So here's the thing about the auto ship. One, it's only as scary as you make it out to be. And I'm going to be really honest with you guys. So I didn't run my auto ship until I made enough commissions to cover it, because we just didn't have the extra money to do it. And of course, your first month, you're getting that $120 in free product credit. And I will never ever push you guys to spend money that you don't have, okay? Because it's not the point of this company. It's not to get you in debt. It's not to make you struggle financially or anything like that. But what I will say is that your auto shipment is going to show that, one, you're serious about your business. So I did a little Periscope on this the other day. I don't know how many of you guys saw it, so I might be repeating myself if you did. But imagine you opened a candle shop, and maybe it's in the mall, or maybe you have like a little store in a strip center or something like that. So imagine you were going to say, I'm really passionate about candles. I love the way all these different fragrances smell, and I love to combine them, blah, 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 whatever. So you open up a candle shop. What are you going to do? I bet your butt, are going to have a candle burning in your house from your candle shop. You're going to have a candle burning every single place that you go, that you can have a candle burning, so that when people walk in, they're like, man, it smells really, really good in here. What does that smell? And then you're going to tell them, well, hey, it's this scent from my candle shop. You should stop by and you should buy a candle. So it's the same concept, guys. You own a business. This is your business, and you need to be using those products. So one, you have firsthand experience, and two, you are a product of the product. Okay, that's the most important thing. I have lost 7 pounds on the system in a month alone, and that is something really big for me. I've kind of been slacking lately because I went on vacation to Florida for conference, but we won't get into all that. So the most important thing, you guys, you want to be a product of the product. You want to have firsthand knowledge about how do the wraps feel. So when somebody messages you and they say, hey, this wrap is feeling really tingly, is that normal? If you've never done a wrap before, you're going to be like, oh crap, is that normal? Yes, it's normal, by the way. It kind of feels like icy hot, which I really like. But maybe I'm a little weird about that. I kind of feel like I can feel like those fat cells are breaking down. I'm like, yeah, it's working. Let's do this. Okay. So auto shipments. The next reason why it's super important is because, Jennifer, why are you laughing? It's so confusing. The next reason why it's super important is because it ensures that you're going to get your commissions. So yes, there is the 80 BV auto shipment or 150 PPV from your loyal customers rule. But here's the thing. If you have exactly 150 personal bonus volume points from your loyal customers, and a loyal customer decides, hey, maybe I don't really want this box of wraps like I thought it did, I'm going to return it. Guess what happens to your PPV? They're going to take that down. So if you're counting on that 150 and somebody returns something or somebody cancels or something, whatever happens, that's going to take it away. You're not going to be commission qualified. So guess what? You just missed your commissions. Now for me, I never want to take that chance. I never want to leave my commissions in somebody else's hands. So like I said, you guys, it's not scary. When you're talking to new distributors, you just let them know. This is the thing. If you want to run your business, you need to be using these products and you need to make it a point to have experience with these products. I try to change my auto ship up every month where I'm getting a different product every month. So thankfully now, I've been able to use a pretty wide variety of products. And, you know, I always joke because I tell people like I haven't used Estro Rhythm because I'm only 26 and I'm not in menopause. So that's like the one product I haven't tried. So like Joseph, you probably would never try Estro Rhythm. Jennifer, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. Let me unmute you real quick. Hold on, Jennifer. What was your question, Lev?
Not a question, just on the whole, running that auto ship. It's not only should you be a product of the product, but you guys should be putting the wrap on people. Put the wrap on people. Do it. I promise it'll change your whole business.
Yes, exactly, 100%.
You can't put the wrap on people if you don't buy a box of wraps.
Yes. Okay, so Jen, I'm going to mute you back, and I'm going to spin off of that a little bit. I'm really glad you said that. So a lot of people are wondering, or some of you might be thinking, I just signed up for $100 plus taxes or whatever, and that was like the last $100 that I had. How am I supposed to turn on that auto ship? Well, guess what? In your first 30 days, when you get those 4 loyal customers, you're going to get 2 boxes of wraps for $25 each. And what are you going to do with those wraps? You're going to sell them. And that's how you're going to run your auto ship. So I know when I started, I needed every single penny that I could get from this business to keep us from having to go into more credit card debt. So it was difficult. But I had to train myself to take part of my commissions and to sell those wraps to use them towards my auto ship because I knew I needed to get those. I needed to continue to get my commissions, okay? Another thing that you can do, I can't remember the girl's name at all. I watched a YouTube video on it whenever I first started. I think her name was Holly something. I can't remember. I'll have to look at it. What she would do is she would plan a party. She would plan a wrap party, and what she would do is she would pre-sell the wraps for that party. She would tell them, hey, listen, I I'm going to do this party for you. The host is going to get a free wrap, but I need to go ahead and collect the money to buy the wraps for the party. So she would do that. She would get that $100 to buy a brand new box of wraps, and she probably had a wrap reward, so it really wasn't out that much, and she would use what she profited to run her auto ship to get more wraps to be able to do those parties. So one of the ways that I look at it is if you have that auto ship set to run and you don't have the money in your bank account, then it's a fire underneath your butt to get that wrap on somebody, to sell that $25 wrap and get that wrap on somebody and get that wrap cash to pay for your auto ship. And then guess what's going to happen? When that wrap gets on somebody's body, they're going to want to sign up as a customer because every wrap does something, okay? And when you get the wrap on people, they're going to want more, and they're going to want more results, and that's when they're going to sign up as a loyal customer. So that's kind of my tidbit on the auto ship. Like I said, we probably saw a lot about this on the page. And one thing that I want to tell you guys about it, and this is just, I'm a very honest person. I'm very straightforward. And so this is me being very straightforward with you. If you signed up and you have been given a loyal customer, a distributor, anything, you better turn that auto ship on, because you know what? Your team lead is helping you to reach your goal to bring in more money for your family. So help them out, you guys. Help them out by being commission qualified, because another really important thing about being commission qualified is you cannot promote. If you are not commission qualified, it doesn't matter if you have a ruby chart or an emerald chart or a diamond chart or anything. If you have all these people set up, even if they all get to 400 GV and volume, if you're not commission qualified, you're not going to promote. So you're cheating yourself, okay? So don't cheat yourself out of your commissions. Don't cheat yourself out of promoting in this business, because when it comes to making a paycheck of $500, $600 to $1,000 to $2,000 to $8,000 a month, what's $80? Okay, so that's what I'm going to say about that. I want to move forward because I just realized I probably spent way too much time on that. Where are my notes? Okay. The next thing I want to tell you guys, so you just started and it's really exciting and you're maybe a little bit overwhelmed because you just got added onto all these team pages and all of a sudden your news feed is a bunch of It Works stuff instead of all your friends and family, and you're just like, what am I doing? Embrace it. Don't be overwhelmed by the team pages. Dive into the team, you guys. I will tell you, the moment that I decided to be fully 100% a part of this amazing team that we're a part of, because let me tell you, we have an amazing team. Most of you guys here are my sideline sisters and brothers. You're not in my downline. You're on my sideline. And that's what's really amazing, is that we have an amazing relationship with our team. And once you really allow yourself to dive in and be a part of that team page, you're going to notice a really big difference in your business, but in yourself and in your mindset. So one thing that I want to recommend to each of you is to find an accountability partner from the get-go. I didn't find an accountability partner until December. So I was July, August, September, October, November, December. I was 4 months into the business until I found an accountability partner. And I will tell you, once I found that accountability partner, my entire business changed because we kept each other in check. We came up with a checklist that we worked on every single day. And at the end of the day, if she texted me and said, hey, I've done my entire checklist and I hadn't done anything because I didn't feel like it or anything else like that, I was like, okay, crap. Man, Becky did it. I better hurry up and do it so that I can keep up with her. And that's the competitive part of me. So if you don't have an accountability partner, don't be afraid to reach out on the team page. Me and Karsten will help you find one, okay? And that's going to make a really big difference in your business. So the next thing is consistency. You guys will hear this word a million times in this business. You have to be absolutely 100% consistent. And that's consistent in your posting, That's consistent in your messaging, and that's consistency in your expanding your network. So I want to pause and take a minute to talk about the different types of posts that you should be doing, okay? Because I know as a new distributor, you just want to start posting. You want to like post all these before and after pictures on your Facebook, on your Instagram, so that you can get your loyal customers and things like that. Before I dive into that, the one really important thing that I want to tell you is you need to mix it up. You can't just post 100% it works, because you're going to start losing your followers and nobody's going to pay attention to your page because you're just a bunch of like before and after pictures, but because they still want to see your life. So if you're still posting about your life and things like that, then they're going to stay tuned into your page because they're so good at, because like I know for me, there might be a lot of people that want to unfollow me, but they love my kids and they love seeing pictures of my kids. So they're not going to unfollow me because I still post pictures of them. Does that make sense? Yeah, I see head nods. I love the head nods. Okay. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this, and there is a post on the team page about it, but the different types of posts. So you have your business posts, you have your before and afters, and your lifestyle posts, and then your personal posts. So your personal posts are really simple. What are you interested in? Post about your family, post about your interests, and I'll even throw in like maybe an inspirational or a funny post, okay? I like to be a little bit funny on mine to get some more engagement. You want to make people laugh. You want to make people inspired. You want to make them want to be a part of your adventure, okay? So think about that when you're thinking about your personal post. Your business posts, those are going to be, I have 3 spots left on my team this month, or 3 spots left to help 3 women out, you know, something like that. That's going to be your type of business post, like where you have that number, okay? So your before and after, that's pretty simple. That's going to be a before and after picture, which, by the way, if you want to get loyal customers, post before and after pictures. The pictures of a product are really awesome, but those aren't going to get you very far. When it comes to product posts, which is another type of post, that would be you using the product, not just a picture of the product, but say if my glass of wine was greens, in the morning I'm going to post a picture with my greens. I'm saying, hey, I love my greens. I'm getting so much energy from this, and it's 9 a.m. and I've already gotten all my fruits and vegetables. How cool is that? That is a product post, okay? Don't just post pictures of the product and an explanation of what they do. One, people want to see how the products are going to make them feel and what it's going to do for them, not just a list of what it's good for, if that makes sense. The next thing is lifestyle posts. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time on lifestyle posts with you guys because I feel like that is the number one most overthought thing in the entire business is lifestyle posts. So first of all, don't overthink it. A lot of people think that, well, I just started the business, I don't have any success. So how am I supposed to make a lifestyle post? Because what is this business doing for me? So a lifestyle post could be one of many things. So first of all, if you've gotten your 4 loyal customers and you've gotten that $120 in free product credit and you've gotten 2 boxes of wraps for $50, post about that. Hey, I just started and I've already gotten $120 worth of free product credit. How awesome is that? That's a lifestyle post. But the biggest things that are going to get the most attention on your page is when you pour your heart out. So that could be, like for me, before I started It Works, I was recently a stay-at-home mom for about a year and a half, and I'm a very much a social butterfly. And since being a stay-at-home mom, I kind of lost that part of myself because I was surrounded by kids and I was a wife and the house was a disaster and there was no time for Courtney. So then I started It Works and I found myself. This is what I love to do. I love talking to you guys. I love having an amazing team, an amazing downline that continues to inspire me. And I finally feel like I'm doing something bigger than myself. So those are the types of posts that I'm going to make. I'm going to tell people what this business is doing for me, and it doesn't have to be money. The thing about it is that there's so many people out there that, yes, they're looking for an extra income, but there are so many people that are out there that, sorry, somebody is messaging something to me. I can't even read it. There are people out there that are going to want that extra income, and there are so many people that are going to need that extra income. But then there are also people out there that want that relationship, that want to be a part of something bigger, that want to leave a legacy, that want to leave a footprint on the earth. So those types of posts are going to make a huge difference. So lifestyle posts, let me try to simplify this for you guys a little bit. You can talk about where your life has been. So for instance, I'm going to give, well, let me start over. So where your life has been, where it is now, and where you know it's going to be because of It Works. So I'm going to give you guys an example of a post I would have made like when I first started It Works. So where my life has been was I was struggling to make ends meet. I was struggling to afford diapers for my kids. My husband is a police officer supporting a family of 4 and an already high-stress job. Our marriage was failing. Okay. But then I started It Works. And all of a sudden, there was a light at the end of the tunnel. I found who I was again. I was starting to get confidence in myself. I was building some really amazing relationships that I would not have built without this business. And I had hope. So then the third thing, in the future, I know that even though we may not be where we want to be financially right now, we will be. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. We will be out of debt by the end of the year. So those are the things I'm going to talk about. It doesn't have to be something that has happened right now, but you know it will happen because you have these hopes and you have these dreams, and you know because of It Works and this adventure, you're going to get there. So think about it that way. It doesn't have to be something that you're doing in this moment, but it has to be a belief and a dream and a goal that you know you're going to achieve because of this amazing company. So focus your lifestyle posts around stuff like that. It's okay to say, hey, I just started, but I have some really amazing goals and some really big dreams. That was a really big thing for me. I had never dreamed before I started It Works. I went to high school. I went to Texas A&M. I graduated with my business degree, and I thought that I was doing everything that I should be doing. But I never dreamed of traveling. I never dreamed of being able to take my kids to Disney World. I never dreamed of being out of debt because I thought that was just how society, I just thought that's how it was supposed to be because that's how society is and that's the way it is. But now all of a sudden I'm dreaming of being debt free. I'm dreaming of bringing my kids on vacations. I'm dreaming of actually going on a honeymoon with my husband that I've never been on because we're going to have that freedom to do it one day. It may not be today, but I know as long as I never quit, it's going to happen. So when you're thinking about lifestyle posts, think about that. The last thing I want to talk about with lifestyle posts is it's not about you. It's about the person you're speaking to. So if you're having a hard time thinking about a lifestyle post, what I want you to do, or what I want to challenge you to do, is think about a hypothetical person. So for instance, I connect with other moms greatly because I have that personal experience. So whatever your experience is, you might think about, well, there's that single mom out there with 3 kids working 2 jobs. Maybe she's a night nurse, maybe she's a waitress during the day, or whatever it is. And she's out there and she's struggling to make ends meet and she just wants to see a way out. So when you're making a lifestyle post, direct it towards her. Think about a time that she's going to be on Facebook. Maybe she's up late at night. It's like midnight and she's laying there crying her eyes out, just scrolling through her Facebook and thinking like there has to be a better way. There has to be a better way to pay my bills. There has to be a better way to provide for my kids because I'm so terrified that my kids are going to grow up and not get everything that they want. And when you think about that hypothetical person and you can focus your post on them, you may not know it, but you're going to be speaking to somebody, okay? And that's what's really powerful, because there was a post one day that I saw that spoke to me. And it was, hey, you, I know you're out there going to the dollar store so that you can buy your kids Christmas gifts. And thank God they're toddlers, so they don't know the difference. But one day, they're not going to be toddlers, and they're going to want the electronics. They're going to want the expensive things, and you're not going to be able to afford them because you're stuck in this current rut. Or you're stuck with $100 in your account, and you're choosing between diapers and groceries. So what are you going to pick? So think about lifestyle posts like that. You want to pour your heart out and you want to hit somebody's heartstrings. So the number one thing with lifestyle posts is allow yourself to be vulnerable. If you have a story, tell it. If you don't know what your story is, find it. If you don't know what your why is, you need to find it. And if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not strong enough. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, sorry. I just needed to check that real quick. So that's what I'm going to say about lifestyle posts. Like, did y'all get the feels on that when I was talking about it? Yeah, we all did. I was about to cry just even talking about it. So you want to hit people in the feels. You want to show them what this business can do for you and how important it is and how amazing it is, okay? And the last thing on lifestyle posts that I want to talk about is it doesn't always have to be that grand either. So if you sell a wrap and you can go buy a box of diapers, or you can go get a pedicure, or you can buy a case of beer with your wrap cast, post it. Because it's also going to be those little things that make a big difference. So I know for me, when I was watching Kirsten before I was a distributor, she would post a picture of how she bought her groceries with Wrap Cash. And that was a really big deal for me, because I was like, man, we're struggling to get groceries. So that's a really big deal also. So don't be scared to post about what you think is the small stuff, because what might be small to you might be really big to somebody else. So moving forward, speaking of consistency. Oh, go ahead, Karen. Can you unmute yourself?
No, what I want to say is, like, with the don't be afraid to post, the vulnerable stuff and everything, I thought about it a couple days after my grandmother's funeral, and I didn't post it because I thought it would be, like, wrong to post about, how happy I was. I didn't have to worry about trying to work a schedule around my job to go to my grandmother's funeral. Like that, my stepdad had to take off work, and, if my mom was working, she would have had to do all this while trying to work, those kind of things. Like, don't be afraid to do those kinds of posts, because, it can really change a lot of things. And like I said, I thought about it a few days later and I didn't post it though.
Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, here's the thing about it. Life is there. Life is hard, and you don't have to share every aspect of your life, guys. I'm not saying make your personal life totally public or anything else like that, but there is something in you. There's a reason why you started this business, and you have a drive. So find that drive and share about it. Sorry, y'all, my phone is being crazy right now. So speaking of consistency, so consistency in posting. So you want to post at least 3 times a day, okay? And make sure you mix in your personal stuff. The next thing I want to say is consistency and expanding your network. So when you're expanding your network, that will be adding people to your Instagram and adding people to your Facebook. I will never encourage you guys to go out and add random strangers that are creepers to your Facebook. A good way to start, like when I started, I added all of my husband's friends on Facebook. Another thing I did is I was already a part of some groups on Facebook that I was active on. So I started adding people from those groups. So one thing you can do is just add yourself to a group where you're interested and you're an active participant. And then when you start building relationships with that group, add them through your Facebook. So friends of friends, make sure you go on their profile before you add them to make sure they're not some weird random person. And then if they are a creeper, just block them. It happens, unfortunately, but you have to expand your network in this business, because if you don't, if you're posting to the same 300 to 500 people every day, it's not going to get you anywhere. It might get you your first 4 loyal customers. It might get you 1 or 2 distributors, but it's not going to build your business, because you have to reach the most amount of people that you can. And there are so many people out there that haven't even heard of this business. So if you're not expanding your network, then you're not reaching everybody out there that could use this opportunity. Which, by the way, and this statistic might be a little off, but it's anywhere from 5 to 7% of your friends list sees any given post, okay? So if you don't get a like or a comment on every single post, don't be discouraged. Like I said, consistency is so key. You have to continuously post. In this business, there's going to be a planting season where it feels like you're posting and you're posting and you're posting and nobody's liking, nobody's commenting. But then guess what? There's going to be a harvest. And that harvest is going to be amazing. And the funny thing about it is when you get that harvest and you get somebody who hasn't even liked or commented on your post and they message you and they say, okay, I need to know what all this stuff is about. Like, I've been seeing your posts. I haven't liked or commented on a single one of them, but I've been seeing them, and it's going to make it all worthwhile. So sometimes it takes people 5 to 21 times to see something before they're willing to, before they speak up and say anything or get curious about it. So whenever it feels like you're making these posts and nobody's seeing that, remember that. If you're continuously posting and you're continuously building your network, you're going to reach people, okay? Okay, so where was I? Planting harvest. So consistency in expanding your market. So like I said, you want to be adding people to your Facebook, to your Instagram on a daily basis. You want to build your followers and things like that. I kind of touched on that already. I'm sorry, I realize I've gotten off on a little bit of a few tangents here, so I'm going to try to make it through the rest of my checklist here. So I'm going to go through to messaging. Messaging is really scary at first, and I know that. It took me a little bit to get over myself and just to start messaging. So you want to message anybody who likes and comments on your post. I'm not going to get into what to message because there are plenty of posts on the team page. You can get with your upline. We can help you come with a message to send to anybody who likes and comments on your page, okay? Another thing is I want to say make it a goal to message at least 5 people a day. And that message isn't cold messaging as far as products or anything else like that. It's messaging, hey girl, I just started this amazing adventure and I'm actually putting together my dream team and you are one of the first people I thought about. Have you ever thought of making an extra income? So with that, you want to keep it short and sweet. You want to be thoughtful. So if you're going through and you're looking at somebody's page, you might say, hey girl, I've been really enjoying seeing your post about your vacation. Like, how fun was that? I'm really jealous. I plan on going on a vacation soon, but I haven't had the chance yet because of whatever. But I really like your posts. They really inspire me or whatever. Have you ever thought of making an extra income? So make it personal, be thoughtful. Don't be scared to message. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is cold messaging. Don't do it. I cold messaged a lot when I first started about trying to get loyal customers and things like that, and it got me nowhere. It just made me look like a really big spammer, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to be spammy. We don't want to be one of those people who be like, oh, those It Works girls are nothing but spammers or blah, 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 whatever. So the only type of, like, if you want a cold message, what I would do is start by looking on whose birthday it is and personally messaging them and saying, hey, Laura, happy birthday. I hope you have a really good day. And they're going to say, thank you. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing for your birthday? Or something like that. And start a small talk, start the conversation and then start building that relationship. And then you just got somebody else into your warm market. So don't cold message. It's not going to get you anywhere. The only cold message that I do send is the one I was just telling you guys. Hey, girl, I've been following your posts for a while, and I think you would be a total rock star at this business. Have you ever thought about making an extra income? The other thing with messaging is know that it's kind of a numbers game. The more times you get no's, the more times you get ignored, the closer to a yes that you get. So the one thing I want to tell you about messaging is that you have to change your mindset. You're not messaging to help yourself. You're messaging to find that one person who is praying for somebody to reach out to them. They don't even know that they're praying for somebody to reach out. They're praying for a way out of their current financial situation. They're praying for God to show them where to go, how to get out of debt, how to provide for their family or whatever. There's somebody out there that's praying for a sign. They're praying for a way out. So when you're messaging, think about that. When I'm messaging and I'm sitting down, I'm having a power hour and I'm messaging 60 to 70 people a day, I'm trying to find that one person who wants this business. I'm trying to find that one person who needs it, who needs this opportunity to make a difference in their family. And maybe that single mom who's struggling, whatever. So when you're sitting down to message, think about that, okay? And then don't be scared. If you're in your first 30 days, don't be scared to message your dream team. There are friends and family that you have right now that you're like, we would have so much fun together. And that's how I got to Ruby, is I have my very best friends in this business with me because I was so excited and I was jumping with joy that I had to tell them about it. And I knew that we would be a great team together. So I just sent them, I called them, I texted them. And that's one thing that's lost in this business. Pick up the phone and call them and let them hear the excitement in your voice that you're so excited to be doing this business and that you want them to do it with you. And if they say no, that's okay. It's just not right now. It might take some of them a little bit of time, or it might take them, who knows, like a BOGO wrap on the starter kits before they sign up. But it's going to happen, okay? So don't be discouraged by that. The next thing is to make sure you're engaging on social media. So when I say engaging on social media, that means you're going through your friends list and you're showing them love on their posts, either through likes or comments or whatever. So what I try to do on the weekends is I will try to go through all of my followers on it. Well, not all of them, as many followers as I can on Instagram, as many people as I can on Facebook, and just like and comment on their posts. Because then they're going to see my name, and whenever I'm liking and commenting on their posts, they're going to be more likely to see my post. Okay, because remember, like I said, only 5 to 7% of your friends list are seeing any given post. So you need to be engaging also. So all of the things I was just talking about kind of ties into making a checklist for your business, okay? What's up, Jen? Hold on, let me, Jennifer, unmute. Go ahead, Jen.
So on the Facebook thing and interacting with your friends list, if anybody wants a one-on-one on how to keep people in your news feed, just shoot me a message and we'll set it up. I'm willing to help anybody do that. I know that it might seem complicated. There's a lot of little ticks about Facebook that I have figured out. And it makes a huge difference in staying relevant in your friend's newsfeed and how you set it up. And it's so not complicated. So anybody that wants a one-on-one on that or has questions, shoot me a message and I'll help you with it.
Awesome. Thank you, love. So that was, if you didn't see her name, that's Jennifer Felter. If you need me to hook her up with that, I'd be happy to do that. Just be engaged, Remember before you started It Works and you were on Facebook and it was just for fun to see what your friends and family were up to? It's still like that. Don't forget that. Because yes, we do have a business and we are running it on social media, but don't forget that you love seeing your friends post and you love seeing what they're up to with their lives. So just keep that in mind, okay? So make a checklist. There's actually one on the Blitz and Bling page. I think there's one on the Down South page, a checklist of what to do with your business on a daily basis. So if you're anything like me, I know that checklists help me. And if I have it on a checklist, I'm going to cross it off. So make a checklist. So whatever it is that you decide that you can do in this business, if you think you can only post once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day, if you think you can message 5 people a day, engage with 5 people a day, make it on a checklist. And as long as you're doing it consistently, it will pay off. So it doesn't have to be, I'm going to post once an hour every day. I'm going to message 50 people a day. I'm going to do this. It doesn't have to be a huge checklist. Just whatever it is that you think you can handle, do it every day and be consistent with it, because that's what's going to pay off, okay? So the next thing is keep a list of your potentials. So when you do get those likes and comments on your posts and you message them, or you have somebody message you saying, I'm interested in this, there's going to be many people that message you and say, I am interested in this product, but they don't buy it right away. And that's okay. Maybe they just wanted to find out some information about it. They're not ready to buy it. They need to wait till payday or whatever. So what you want to do is keep a list of your potentials, so that way you can follow up with them. Because a fortune is in the follow-up. 95% of my loyal customers and distributors, I'll actually venture to say 98% of them have been because I have followed up with them. And a lot of times your follow-up doesn't necessarily have to be It Works related. It doesn't have to be, hey girl, are you ready to get your order in? It could be like, hey girl, I was just thinking about you today. How's your day? And don't mention anything It Works at all, because they want to know that you care about them, because people are going to buy into you before they buy into the business or before they buy into the products, okay? So a lot of you, if you like to have a set plan, there is the 2-2-2 rule with follow-up. So that is, if you have somebody who's interested in the product and they say, okay, maybe they don't respond, or you tell them all the information, or they say not right now, then you follow up with them in 2 days. If they don't respond, or you get a not right now, you follow up with them in 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks, if it's the same thing, you follow up with them again in 2 months. After that 2 months, if they haven't signed up as a loyal customer or distributor or whatever you're following up with them for, then you put them on your prospects list. And you don't follow up with them as often, but maybe you follow up with them when there's a promotion, or once a month or once every 2 months or things like that, okay? Because like I said, we don't want to be spammy. If somebody's not interested, I know it's for me, if somebody hasn't told me no or go F yourself, I consider them a potential still. So I'll follow up with them every once in a while, but I'm not going to follow up with them every 2 days or every 2 weeks if I haven't gotten a response. Or, maybe I'm going to use a holiday as an opportunity to say, hey, Merry Christmas. I hope you have an amazing holiday, and just leave it at that. Or, do the small talk and really build that relationship. So then when it comes to loyal customers, you want to keep a list of your loyal customers also, and I follow a 2-2-2 rule with my current loyal customers. So when they sign up, after 2 days, I'm going to send them a thank you card, because people forget how amazing it is to get a card in the mail. Okay. And it's really cool. I know when I get something personalized in mail, I'm like, ooh, piece of mail, instead of like an email or a Facebook message or a text message. So after 2 days, after they sign up as a loyal customer, I'm going to send them a thank you card. And that's going to mean that's making your business more personal and showing that you really appreciate their business. After 2 weeks, I'm going to follow up with my loyal customer, and I'm going to ask them if they've gotten their product. Have they tried their product? What did they think? Troubleshoot any problems that they might be having, et cetera, et cetera. Then after 2 months of being a loyal customer, I'm going to reach out to them and start talking to them about the opportunity. Now, I'm not going to go straight out and say, hey, you've been a loyal customer for 2 months, you should be a distributor. But I'm just going to kind of fill them out and say, hey, like, you've been using our products for 2 months. I know you've been really enjoying it. Have you ever thought about making an extra income with this? Because a lot of people aren't even going to realize that they can make money doing this. They're just thinking like, oh, I'm just using the products. But they may not realize that they can make money from it until you mention it to them. Okay? I kind of said this already, but find your why. If you just started, your why might be, you might think your why is to make an extra couple $100s a month just to get by. But I want to encourage you to dig deeper and really figure out why. Why do you want that extra $500 a month? What does that really mean to you? Does it mean that you don't have to go back to work to put your kids in daycare? Does that mean that you will start getting out of debt? Like, really, what is your why? Because here's the thing about this business, guys, is there are going to be some really hard days. I'm going to be honest with you, some really hard days, really hard weeks, maybe even a really hard month. But if you know why you started your business and you keep that in mind every single day you have a hard time, you're never going to quit. And when you don't quit, you're going to succeed. So Joel Dunn says it the best, you guys. He says that, I want to make sure I get this right, that failing, what is it? What does he say? Basically that failing isn't who you are. Failing is just a process into succeeding, but quitting is who you are as a person. And what I can say to you 100% is that if you just don't quit and you keep pushing forward, it will pay off. And that's one thing also, is your journey is completely separate than anybody else's, okay? So you may not be promoting as fast as this person over here or whatever, but that doesn't mean anything. As long as you don't quit, if it takes you 8 years to get to Ambassador Diamond where you're making $30,000 a month, would it be worth it? If it took you 8 years? You bet your ass it would be. It would be totally worth it. Okay, Jen, sorry, I'll unmute you. What you got? Hold on, let me unmute you. Where are you? Or unmute yourself because I can't find you on this little. Oh, here you go. Okay, go ahead, Jen, sorry.
You already said it. I was just going to say, even if it took you 5 years to make it to Ambassador, I mean, who's going to turn down 5 years? Because you can work 40 years at a job, a decent paying job, and when you retire 40 years later, you're still not going to have what you're going to have at Ambassador.
Exactly.
So just because you don't, what Courtney already said.
Yeah, and this is one thing, guys, that I have, maybe this is like a little bit of the cocky side of me coming out, but one thing when I'm talking to potential distributors and they're saying, oh, I don't know if right now is the right time, blah, 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 I'll just straight up tell them, hey, listen, can I be really direct with you? And then, of course, they're like, yeah, of course. I tell them, listen, the time's going to pass anyways. So why not work towards a better life while you're doing it? Even if it takes you X amount of years, if you're able to retire from your job and you're able to retire your husband from his job and be a full-time family and own your time, then it's worth it. Okay, so the next thing, I'm going to try to speed it up a little bit. Oh, hold on, Jen. Go ahead, girl.
Okay, sorry, before you move on that, about the hard days and not giving up, I've noticed that a lot of people on their hard days are afraid to talk to their upline about it because they feel like they're not good enough. Don't be afraid to reach out and say, like, I don't think I'm doing this. I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I'm making it. Do not be afraid, because we all feel that, every loving one of us.
Yep.
At one point or other, guys.
Yep. Completely agree with that 100%. So one thing that you all may not see is, because we want to encourage you guys and we want to be strong for you guys, is that we all have those days. We really do. Like, I called Kirsten today because I was like, Kirsten, I'm having a freak out moment and I need you to talk me down off the ledge. And that's what's so important in this business is knowing that you can trust your upline and that you can go to your upline to talk to them about what's going on with you. And especially, like, sorry, Karen, I'm totally using you as an example here. Especially about what's going on in your personal life. I'm not saying you have to share it, but for me, I know that there are people on my downline that I can push, okay? And I'm going to push them because I know I can. But if there's something going on that maybe you can't really handle being pushed, then it's good for me to know that, because there has been some times in the last 7 months where me and my husband have gone through some really difficult times and I couldn't handle being pushed. But I reached out to my upline and I told her, listen, like, I don't want you to let me slack off because this business is so important to me, but I can't handle the tough love right now like I normally can. So it's okay to be real and to reach out to your upline and let them know what's going on, because that's a really great thing that I love about this business is that I have made some of the best friends with this business. And I don't even know, like, how I lived and how I survived before this. Legitimately, it's like, what did I do with my life before I had these amazing friendships? So don't be afraid, guys. Don't be afraid to tell us that you're feeling discouraged. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't be embarrassed by it, because I guarantee you, if you come to us and tell us you're feeling discouraged, God's going to send us a message to help lift you back up, because that's what's happened to me every single time. And Emma, I love you, Emma. I love you all, but Emma's over there like, preach it, girl, preach it. Oh gosh. Okay, the next, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm really trying not to just take your whole night here, but the next thing I want to say, have a launch party. I don't care if you hate launch parties. I don't care if you hate parties, whatever, have a launch party. If you haven't had your launch party, get with your upline, schedule it, because that's going to help you get your 4 loyal customers and your first few potential distributors. Having a launch party is going to help show that, hey, world, I'm serious about this business. This is what I'm doing. Think about it as a ribbon cutting. If you were to open up a shop, a physical, actual shop, you would have a grand opening. And that is what your launch party is. It's like, hey, world, this is what I'm doing. I'm having this party. Guess what, guys? I had 2 people show up to my launch party. 2. And I thought I had a reasonable amount of friends. 2 of them showed up. Some of my very best friends didn't even show up. But you know what? Both of those people signed up as distributors. So have your launch parties. Absolutely make it happen. Let go of the excuses and just make it happen, okay? Here's the fun part. I hope you all can handle a little bit of tough love, because I'm going to give it to you. Whatever your excuses are, get rid of them, okay? I can give you every excuse in the book why I don't have time to do this business, why I don't have energy to do this business, why I'm too tired to do this business, why my kids are driving me crazy, I can't even think straight. My husband pissed me off today, whatever. If you have excuses, just let them go. I'm going to tell you, if you're in my downline, don't come to me with them. If it's a legitimate reason, that's one thing. But don't come to me with an excuse, because I don't have patience for them. And that's just like a really tough love type business right there. The sooner you let go of your excuses and get to work, And this was something I think Denise Walsh said it at conference. And I said this on our last Zoom, is you have 2 D-days. You have the day you sign up and the day you get over yourself and get to work. So I'm telling you this from experience, from being in this business for 7 months, which isn't really that long, you guys, is the day that I decided to get over myself and to do whatever it took for me to be successful was the day that I started being successful. I let go of the excuses. I let go of the, I don't want to message people. I feel uncomfortable doing this, blah, 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 whatever. And thankfully for me, because we needed this income so badly, my 2 D-days were really close together. So I signed up and I was like, Kirsten, whatever you tell me to do, I will do it, because I need to get to Diamond. I need to make some extra income. I need to get my family out of debt. So she could tell me to do 5 jumping jacks and to jump off of the bed 3 times, and I was going to do it because I was that desperate and I needed it that badly, and I trusted her. And I trusted her that she was going to lead me in the right direction to get me to Diamond. So I really want to encourage you guys, whatever those fears are, whatever those reservations that you have, and whatever excuses you have, to let them go. And on that note, whatever your why is, when you find it, don't let your why be your excuse. So I could very easily say my kids were crazy today, so I'm just not going to work my business. My kids are my why, because I want to show my kids that it's possible to dream big, that it's possible to reach their goals, and that it's possible to live a life without being in debt, which is so big for me because I graduated from A&M, guys, with a business degree. I am up to my ears in student loans still. But you know what? By the end of this year, I'm going to have them all paid off instead of waiting another 10 years. And that is why I'm in this business, because I want to give that to my kids. If they want to go to college, I don't want them to have debt over their heads, okay? So don't ever let your why be your excuse. Don't say it's been a rough day. My kids were crazy. I just don't think I have the energy. You do it for them anyways. And I'll pause right there, and I will let Emma talk real quick. Go ahead, Emma. Oh, hold on, I haven't unmuted you. I thought I did. You got it?
Yeah. So
Okay.
there was like 3 different things I thought of. I hope I'm not cutting you off. So in the corporate world, I've experienced, I think a lot of us have, you're working, but everybody's kind of in their own world, working for themselves, kind of in the corporate world, whether it's at some big place like Walmart or Home Depot or whatever. But with this company, we're really one team, one mission, because whatever I had kind of a crazy moment this past week. I'm going to just be vulnerable. I really don't like messaging people. I have a hard time. I have a big, huge fear about it. But Jennifer pushed me and she was like, girl, do this. And no, I didn't sign anybody up, but it's like a little baby taking steps. They don't stand up and walk. They take a step and they fall down, and they take another step and they fall down, but they're growing their muscles, their bones, and it's getting stronger, and every step is easier. And that's kind of like what I felt like. She wasn't pushing me for her gain. She was pushing me for my gain. And that's what our upline and our sideline sisters are doing for us. It's not for, and yes, in helping one another, we grow as well, but I don't know, just like, yes, I can do this. No, I didn't sign anybody. Everybody said no, but I felt stronger and more confident in it. And then the other thing was Periscope. I don't know if you were going to say something about it, but I felt more confident about doing a wrap party after I watched Ashley Hughes. They did a whole Periscope. I think her husband Periscope while they were doing a wrap party. And I learned so much, like in a short amount of time. I felt inspired. I thought, because like she's a normal person like me and you, and she made mistakes and laughed and kept going and said funny things. She said, wait, I can't find that, and dug through her bag trying to find what she needed. But it inspired me. So Periscope is huge for me, and I don't get to watch it all the time, but I go home and then I'll hop in bed and I turn on Periscope. Anyway, I hope that encourages somebody. And No, I haven't signed anybody all month, but I am encouraged because I feel like I've grown somehow. Thanks for taking time, Courtney, to do this.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Thanks for talking, love. Okay. So, you guys, we're running out of time here. I'm sorry. I tend to get off in little, like, chatty Cathy random, like, tidbits. But I'm going to try to get the rest of it out here for you guys so that we can all get to bed. I know it's a work night, and some of you have to work tomorrow. So, the next thing I want to say is write your goal down. If you just started this business and your goal is executive, 1, shoot for a Ruby. Make your goal bigger than what you think that you can accomplish, because when your goals are big, it means you're about to do something really important, okay? And the really great thing with that is write it down and write it somewhere where you can see it every single day. So the biggest piece of advice I got when I started this business, because I didn't start this business to make an extra $500 a month like a lot of people did. I started this business to be diamond. And that was my goal from the very, very beginning. And so Kirsten told me, if you want to be diamond, wake up every single day and tell yourself that you're diamond. And then act as if you, and run your business as if you were already diamond. So that's how I've been running my business from day one since I was diamond. And you bet your ass by the end of this month, I'm going to be diamond, if not double diamond. The power of positive thinking is so huge. If you tell yourself constantly that you're not worthy, or that you don't deserve it, or that you won't get there, then guess what? You never will. But if you wake up and you decide to tell yourself you are worthy because you are, and you do deserve this because you do, then it will happen. And know that to be a fact, not a question, okay? That off of that, I want to say God has a plan for you. He has a plan for each and every single one of you. So I know it's kind of discouraging, or it can be discouraging when you see people promoting up and you're not, and you feel like you should be on the same timeline as them. Do not compare your journey. And I know you've probably already seen this. Do not compare your journey. There is a plan for you. So I was super frustrated because I felt like I was stuck at Emerald for 3 months. I was charted Emerald for 3 months before I got to Emerald, and then I've been Emerald for 3 months. And I was like, why can't I just get to Diamond? Because that's my #1 goal, is to get to Diamond. But then I went to conference and they announced these huge bonuses and then they doubled them. And I was like, that is why. That is why I have not gotten to Diamond yet, because God has a plan for me. He wants me to get that $20,000 bonus. He wants me to find financial freedom for my family. And whenever I remember to stop and let go of all the fears and reservations that I have, that's when God steps in and shows me that this is the path that he wants for me. And so God's timing is always perfect. It may not be your timing, but his timing is always perfect. And never, ever forget that. He has a plan for you, and you need to trust in that. So that's another thing. I don't know if all of you are religious or anything else like that, and I'm not trying to push that on you at all. I'm a very religious person, and whenever I'm having a bad day and I'm doubting myself, I stop what I'm doing and I pray. Yeah, Linda, Jesus take the wheel. I'm about to sing the song. Sorry, Linda just sent that as a chat. But whenever I'm doubting myself, I stop what I'm doing and I pray. And I ask God to give me the strength and the courage and the words to continue to do what I'm doing. And every single time, you guys, he reassures me that this is where he wants me to be in this business. Either if it's through a message from somebody in my downline that lives out of state that's telling me, hey, what you're doing is making a difference, or a message that I'm getting from somebody that I don't have any relationship to at all. She's in a completely different lineage that watched a Periscope that I did, telling me that it made a difference for her. So just know that God has a plan for you, and he's working some really big things in your life, whether or not you realize it or not, okay? The next few things that I want to, I'm just going to wrap it up here, you guys, because I know it's getting late, is that starting off from the get-go, make your business a priority. I know life is there. Life will always, always be there. It will always, always get in the way, but make it a priority to work this business. And then one day, life isn't going to get in the way. You're going to have more time to deal with the things that life is throwing at you, okay? Also, I want you guys to remember that this business isn't about you. It's about helping others, and it's about building relationships and what you can do for somebody else. Not about filling your chart, not about how many loyal customers you can get. It's about helping somebody be healthier. It's about helping that single mom out there that's working 3 jobs to find financial freedom. It's about helping others, and it's a really powerful tool, and don't take advantage of it, okay? And one of the last things I want to say is that this is your business. We are here to help you guys and to support you, but at the end of the day, it is your responsibility to take advantage of the files on the team pages, the training on eSuite, the Periscopes, the YouTube videos, etc., 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 to train yourself and to continuously build yourself and do that self-development. Because here's the thing, with this business, you never stop learning. I'm still learning about myself. I'm still learning tips and tricks about this business. And it's your responsibility to go out there and find it. We can send you those day 1 through 4 training videos. We can give you your first few posts, but after we do that, it's your responsibility to make sure that you're posting, and it's your responsibility to make sure that you're doing your homework and self-developing, and that you're watching trainings, etc., okay? So the very last thing that I have for you guys, this is like way longer than I anticipated it to be, but you guys are so awesome, and I'm really, really happy each of you are here. Is that I 100%, 1,000% believe in each and every single one of you. And I know that Kirsten does, whoever your upline is that signed you up, we believe in you. Otherwise, we wouldn't have brought you into this business. And I know that there are some really big things that are up ahead for us. So I believe in you. I'm praying for each of you on a daily basis. And I cannot wait to see those bonus announcements. I can't wait to see each and every single one of you claim one of those bonuses that we have running right now. So that's all I have. I hope that was helpful. Give some thumbs up. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions that they want to ask me real quick? Maybe another minute, and then we're going to go ahead and get off. But does anybody have any questions? No? Okay. All right, guys. I really appreciate y'all tuning in tonight and bearing with me for the last hour and a half. I think that it shows a lot about each of you that you're willing to show up to these events, which reminds me, that's one thing I forgot. If you haven't tuned in to an It Works event, besides me talking to all of you guys, if there's a local event around you, get to it. It's going to change your life, and it's going to change your business. So if there's a U training, conference, or whatever, I hope to see all of y'all at Green Carpet, because I want to hug some necks. They're never up there. Oh, Joseph, then y'all just have to come down here. I've been to Canada. You're in Canada, right? I've been to Canada once, and I went to go see Niagara Falls. It was totally worth it. But if you can, tune into as many events as you can, however which way you need to do it. It's going to change your life. It's going to change your business. Again, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate everybody listening to me for an hour and a half just yapping away. So if you feel like you have any additional questions, I don't care if you're not in my downline. I don't care if you're in my sideline, if you're in my upline. I don't care where you are. if you need to reach out to me, definitely reach out to me. I'm always here to help. Okay, guys? Okay, bye. Get bonuses. Let's do this.